In part 6 of our Dii Consentes series, we'll be talking about the Roman goddess Venus. Venus was the ancient Roman goddess of love and beauty. Considered to be the most beautiful of all the gods, although she was closely followed by some others, which we'll discuss later, Venus was considered to be a shining beacon of the virtues of femininity, and basically the opposite of Mars. Often, she's depicted as being a young woman in flowing robes, with long hair, carrying flowers. Venus, maybe more than any of the gods on our list, has a lot of extra names attached to her by worshippers. For example, she's known in some writings as Celestial or Heavenly Venus. In other places, she's known as Venus the Purifier. Sometimes she's called Victorious Venus. Notably, she's also called Mother Venus. We'll get into that story next week, but in essence, the Romans believed that she was the mother of the Roman people. Venus's father was the Titan Uranus, which would make her Saturn's brother and technically Jupiter's aunt. Not all of these myths make a whole lot of sense age-wise, but hey, the Romans believed what they believed. Because she was the goddess of love, she possessed the ability to make any mortal or god fall in love. She was not often depicted carrying weapons. Instead, she preferred to use her charm to get her way. Although Roman gods in general don't have as many interactions with regular people as their Greek friends do, nor do they quite have the same crazy personalities, Venus, who was drawn from the Greek Aphrodite, was still not always smart when it came to using her power over love. She often got herself and especially other people into a lot of trouble with her gifts. Sometimes depicted as a goddess of water, Venus represented balance in the Roman universe. The opposite of war is love, and Venus was seen as the opposite or balancer of Mars. Likewise, her husband in their mythology was Vulcan, the god of fire, and Venus represented water, fire's opposite. The most well-known symbol of Venus is the rose. Roses have for centuries been the almost universal sign of love and beauty, even as far back as the ancient Romans, and probably even farther. The Latin word for rose is rosa. Aside from roses, flowering plants in general also came to represent Venus, especially myrtle, which has a very aromatic scent. Romans would use myrtle oil when they wanted to smell nice. For example, they would put it in perfumes or into the water when bathing. Unlike Mars, Venus did not have her own month dedicated just to her, but she did have a festival called Veneralia. The Veneralia festival occurred on April 1st of each year, and it served as a reminder to all Romans that they needed to maintain a proper sense of morality in order to best appease the gods and goddesses. During this festival, people would pray and make sacrifices to an aspect of Venus they called Venus Verticordia, or Venus Changer of Hearts, in order to get help with their love problems. Sometimes they wanted other people's hearts to change, and sometimes the heart that needed to change was their own. Just like today, so many people had love problems back then that this became a very popular holiday. Just as you would imagine, Venus was much more applicable to people's daily lives than Mars was. Everyone needs love. Not to mention, everyone needs to smell nice, but not everyone needs to fight a war. The Romans cared very much about personal hygiene and beauty, even the men, so prayers to Venus were a must. Although she didn't have many official holidays, for hundreds of years, Venus was never far from the hearts and minds of the regular people.